You're listening to the Mid-20s Crisis with me, Mark Shudbolt.
And me, Ben Pouncer.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, we have to make a small concession.
Yeah.
In that we've managed to not record any of that. But, we're not on the podcast either. Is that okay? Yep, because it's just for this.
This is exclusive to you guys on YouTube.
So the rest of the podcast was exclusive to the podcast because we managed to mess up the recording device because the special thing poked the screen and it screwed it up. We're not perfect.
No,
We're not.
Ben
perfect.
let us down. Is
Yeah,
what you're trying to say.
yeah. I didn't do very well.
Yeah, well, I did some great bits about Anakin Skywalker. I did some great bits about smash that like button, which I do want you to do.
But perhaps you could
Do it now.
Yeah.
This is what I did.
It's unwarranted, I know, because we haven't done anything yet. But
Smash the like button! Smash it!
oh gosh,
Sorry for
I've got heart palpitations.
We're not actually in that much. No, we are.
No, we are nice, actually. Don't you?
Well, your little.
Well, you've lost confidence in me, haven't you? You've
Your
lost confidence in me entirely.
Well, your little head was chopped off.
No,
A little bit, yeah. Doesn't
that's
matter.
awful.
Who needs heads?
I need head.
Yeah, so you'll have missed. So this won't have included the first half of our podcast. Sorry, but if you want to, it's soundcloud.com/mid-20s crisis.
Yeah. I don't know our own URL.
Yeah, don't listen to Ben for URLs. He's lame.
Hello and welcome back to that podcast.
You
This is a
idiot.
live recording of this podcast. What's your problem, man?
Well, you've ruined the. You've made me look like a right noob. Because
What
what I was.
double noob me in front of the YouTube audience.
Sorry. Well, I just want people to know, everyone listening to this, that Ben didn't record the first half of this podcast because he's an idiot. He can't work his little tripod that he got bought for £3.
Right, I'll cheat out on the tripod, and consequently it has a thing that's draped over the screen, and then the stupid thing poked the screen, and then the screen went, You don't want to record anymore? Suits me, I'm tired.
Yeah, so all it did was recorded 4 minutes of me.
Desperately scrubbing something off the whiteboard.
It caught me. Maybe we could actually, if we could review
I can
that
upload
footage.
that,
and
definitely. Put that at the beginning.
Just me going, oh no, it's not going to come off.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, right. Well, so, sorry, well, if you're feeling greedy, as this half is about greed,
Yes.
you've got to stay on topic, as
Yeah.
part of our promise.
Yeah,
If you're
absolutely.
feeling greedy, you can go onto YouTube and try and get all that extra content and me having a go at Ben quite a lot about
Yeah, but at the moment, podcast, you're winning,
Yeah.
so in terms of content. But yeah, maybe just supplement it with that little bit of YouTube content.
Yeah, make sure you tell all your friends about this podcast, even ones you hate.
And smash that like button. If you want to see that done properly, tune into the YouTube
They
channel.
can't smash the like. Oh, I suppose they can
They
smash.
can just smash anyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to even to be ours.
Smash anyone.
Just like maybe David Attenborough's Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
That is not on topic, and here comes the topic.
Greed. Well, last Christmas I gave you my heart. Last New Year's resolution.
Yes.
I gave up crisps.
Oh yeah.
Not this time. Too greedy.
Love those crisps.
Had crisps this morning. Prawn and cocktail.
Yep.
Salty vinegar.
Oh yes.
And red and
Hold
salted.
the phone.
What?
How many bags of crisps did you have this morning?
No, that's I actually got so carried away thinking about crisps. I just listed all my
Started
favourite
naming your favourites. If that wasn't
No,
a chronological order of consumption this morning.
no. I just had prawn cocktail.
Prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
Super.
My stutter's been coming back recently, which is
No,
really
it's
good for a
fine.
podcast.
It's fine. It's very nice. It's a nice, plosive stutter.
Yeah, so this I did think about giving up alcohol for January.
I'm doing that. Had a beer today. Doing badly.
Yeah, you've already spent £50 on beer in your dry January in 4 days. That's
hard.
more than normal.
It's tough, man. I went for a nice dinner and had some nice wine. Then and I had lots of cheese, trying to be vegan as well. Then I had a pizza today for lunch and a beer with a friend. It's a nightmare.
Well, why don't you? Your resolution may as well have been to break all resolutions,
Yeah.
like just to do the
Smash
opposite.
the state.
Yeah, maybe you'd done less on an
Normal.
average week.
Yeah.
Of both of your resolutions.
I'm having a tough one.
You silly
I'm being
sausage.
open about having a tough one, and you're giving me nothing but nonsense.
I know, I'm having a tough
You're
one.
giving me nothing but gosh darn nonsense.
I'm sorry, mate. We've been falling out a lot on this podcast.
This is a divisive podcast.
It's because we're talking about greed and it's very divisive.
It is
So,
indeed. Back on topic.
I used to be all about eating grapes. If there was a bunch of grapes,
Yeah.
I would eat all the grapes.
Yes, so would I.
Irregardless of if there was too many grapes.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
I love
Why do
too
they
many
come in
grapes.
those great little boxes? Because then you're just like,
Panic. Yeah.
gonna smash a whole punny, and then you just pick them all off the stems and gobble them all down there.
Gonna smash a whole punny. Yeah. But you know what? You know what's
What?
good?
What?
Because they're deeply unnatural in the fact that they
Not
don't-
grapes.
Well, because they don't have seeds in.
Delicious.
But that's what makes them the best.
Because then you can just...
Yeah. Because you can't like blast them when they've got the seeds in.
No, definitely not. They're a chore. Chore
Like,
to eat when
Pomegranate would be the absolute
Oh.
one if it was not for
Yeah, if you
seeds.
just get it in like a big hoover and reverse hoover it into your own mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, having it when you like break them up one by one and crumple. Don't write that down like it's
No,
part
no.
of a psychometric test to mention reverse hoovers.
No, it just made me think about like, when you said like an anti-gravitational slinky. What did you say?
I said a reverse refrigerator at one point to try and warm something up, and then
No.
you said an oven.
No, there was a different one you
Oh,
said.
no.
Wait. It was about. I'm sure there was an anti-gravitational slinky dog or something you mentioned.
Yeah, I think I did say that. I think I tried to convince you at one point that there's a black hole in the centre of all vacuum cleaners as well.
Which are very greedy.
Very greedy devices.
Thank God we stayed on topic because we would deserve all the opprobrium coming to us if we now went off topic.
Absolutely, because we acknowledged the feedback and we said, hey, maybe you've got a point here. I'm going to take some of that on board.
But the thing is, we took
No,
it
hey, where are you going?
I'm going to get angry at people again. Why are you coming to us to learn about things? I want to hear about education.
Listen, you told me it was going to be about music. I've got my music exam tomorrow, and I've got absolutely no chance.
I am rabbiting on about things like gang. It's got nothing to do with Tchaikovsky.
You know what my exam's on. Why do you keep being silly?
Yeah, okay. So don't be greedy like that.
Yeah, definitely. So, don't be greedy for knowledge, but also, what about when dogs eat all their food all at once? And then some dogs are like, yeah, I don't really mind about not eating my food, and like go back, have a little tiny bit, come away, go back, have a little tiny bit. Some dogs go, and then it's all gone.
My dog Daisy, she's
What
very
sort of dog
picky.
is that? Or does she take a few?
Yeah, she does very small. Like this. I'll show the microphone.
No, don't. We've got a camera now. Stop showing the
I
microphone.
like showing the microphone. It's a good idea. Yeah, so like does very small little pinchy mouth. Like and Dad's dog Millie. Sometimes if you give her a biscuit, she takes it and she won't take it in her mouth. She lets it drop away. Then she takes it into a different part of the room and eats it over there.
Really?
She doesn't want to have
Hungrily.
it. Greedy dog. She doesn't
Ah.
want anyone else to have it, but she also doesn't trust you, so she won't take it out of your hand.
Or just in case you give her a clean whack up the face.
I suppose, yeah.
Oh, that's sad, actually, isn't it? That's sad.
Very sad. Let's have a minute's silence.
That'll really take the wind out your
No,
sails.
but yeah, some dogs are too greedy, especially your dog, ex-dog Ted.
He was the hungriest dog ever.
He ate
He
a
was
loaf of bread,
Pac-Man embodied within a dog.
but he could eat a loaf of bread in 1 second.
Yeah, comfortably.
Just in a mouth.
He was like a python. It's a great brown python.
Yeah. Oh,
He's lovely.
good on you, Ted, if you're listening.
Rest in peace, you dear old dog.
Yeah. He'd be up there in doggy heaven,
Eating
surrounded by
other
loaves
dogs.
of bread. Do you think he'd eat other dogs?
Yeah, just swallow them whole. This isn't very good podcast material.
Holly wouldn't like it.
And we are back on topic. Shall I tell you some facts about obesity?
Are they funny?
No.
Okay, good.
Boring.
I'm going to make light of them.
Ready?
Early grave. Okay, sorry.
So, in 2016, more than 1.9 billion adults, 18 years or over, as an adult, were overweight. And of those, 650 million of them were clinically obese.
So half of the 2 billion people that are overweight, half of them are,
Essentially, a little bit less than half. But yeah, heaps of them are really badly. And more people, more of the population lives in countries where obesity is a bigger killer than starvation. Which
Well,
makes
things
all
to
makes
look it up.
sense. No, not
I
at
mean,
all.
there's enough food. As long
People
as
are
we
hungry hippos.
Yeah.
Also, why is that children's game? That's a bad morals in that game. Hungry hippos. I'll eat all the little balls that I can get. Marbles. Marbles.
marbles. You've not made a good point just by going marbles.
I have. It had bad ethics behind it.
Why?
Ought not to be a hungry hippo. Ought
Oh.
to be frugal hippo.
What, like
Have
rejecting?
one marble.
I've had more than my fair
Listen,
share.
I've had one. I'll put the rest back in the pot. Don't worry about it.
I suppose. Yeah. Well,
Put it in a low yield savings account.
I
Not
think.
hungry hippo it right into your gob.
Well, low yield savings accounts are pretty greedy, aren't they?
Yeah, probably a bit.
As well, so that's still not good.
Well, sorry.
Do you think amassing as much as you can in the moment is too sort of gangster
Too
logic?
Yeah.
It's like, take anything at any price, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. You can see I got too excited about that. Sorry.
You gave yourself a little sweet segue as well. It's like, now I can say this.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually mean to do that. But it just came to me.
Sure.
But nothing's allowed to come to me now because we're still on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, ridicule the fact that we have to all the time.
Sorry for doing that.
Bad foods that have got secret sugars in,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what gets people all chunky fat.
Mm-hmm.
Wide ranging,
Right.
and particularly tough for those of us trying to be veganuary as well.
Can I guess where the secret sugars are?
Definitely
Water.
wrong. Probably isn't like water, like there is in that
Flavoured water.
flavoured water grossness.
Crackers.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's bread.
It's really thin, dry bread.
Sugar puffs.
I think that's not that secret, but I like where you're coming from. Definitely,
Cheese
cereals is definitely high in sugar content.
Grass.
No,
I bet there is sugar in grass.
there probably is, but isn't it cellulose, which makes it not
Yeah.
very? It makes it nice. No. Where are you going?
Just realised cellulose probably isn't. Yeah, it might be cellulose.
Yeah, it might be.
It probably is.
Yeah, it could be.
I like chewing on the bottom of grass.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Like a farmer.
Dirty like cows. Cows udders.
Mm-mm-mm.
Don't eat, drink.
Don't eat, drink. It's good advice. You try and
I meant cow drink, which is
don't cow drink.
Hey, what do cows drink? It isn't milk.
It is.
I mean, baby ones do definitely.
Yeah.
That's who ought to be drinking it as well.
Yeah. And what do you toast?
Bread,
Yeah.
crumpets, I suppose.
Cra-
Staying on topic.
Very greedy. Yeah, you've got more stuff. No, you never told us where the secret sugars are.
Oh, it's all in mainly canned goods. Have all got sugars to preserve. It's
Tin peas.
yep, that's canned good.
Tin tomatoes.
Pasta sauces, ready-made pasta
Oh
sauces.
yeah, that's pretty obvious.
No, it's not obvious. Lots of people think, oh, I'm going to make my own pasta this evening, so that won't be as bad as having it from takeaway. And old Dolmio's filled it full of polysaccharides, which are actually, I think, proteins, which is good science.
That explains your U in chemistry.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Woo. Why are your facts so far away and small?
Just 'cause
Right, bigger
they weren't
facts.
allowed to be in shots. So it's micro.
Ben's got his facts miles away. They're written in 9-point text.
They're in tiny little.
Go over there and have a look at your
I've
little
got little
facts.
salt eyes looking at them. I'm going to try and make them bigger. I can't. It's impossible. Well, anyway, it's in heaps of food that you'd expect as a person that knows things, but people don't know about food. It's really sad. Really.
Which idiots do you think we're talking to
Old
here?
porkers who are like shoveling in the Doritos and saying, "Hey, at least I'm not having it with the cheese on top." But the Doritos are still dead bad for you,
Yeah.
and people still think that old
not.
Mr. Fat gets you fat, not Mr. Sugar. Mr. Sugar's getting you fat.
Well, everything gets you fat these days.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. That's
Water?
Water doesn't get you fat. It would though.
Vaccines
It was an old torture, wasn't it?
getting you really fat with water.
Yeah, popped your belly open.
Oh, horrible.
I was scared of that when I was
I'd
9.
be very scared of that when I was 12. I would be very scared of that if I was 12. But I hadn't heard of it. So
Oh,
I was
that's one thing I
actually
wanted to do. Say welcome to listeners listening in the past.
right. That's something you wanted to do, is it? That's something you earmarked as an on-topic discussion about greed.
Well, I just thought people listening in the present and the future.
Uh-huh.
We're always saying I hope everything's okay, but we
Right.
never shout out to people listening in the past.
No, that's true. Okay, all-inclusive
I'm sorry.
M shadows.
I should have said it in the beginning section. I am aware. Right. Well, what about our favourite? What about one of our favourite phrases? I'm going to have more than my fair share.
fair share. I think stems from Eddie Izzard once upon a time.
I'm going
Which
to have
is-
all the leaves on this tree.
Giraffe sketch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I intend to have more than my fair share.
Yeah. It's nice to admit that at the beginning of a conversation. You've got sort of a plate of nachos.
Yeah.
You're sharing.
Yeah.
And you go, and look with the other person dead in the eye. I'm going to have more than my fair share.
It's a threat as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I intend to have more than my fair share. Yeah.
Because what's good about it is because you know, then you've broken down the politeness. It's
Yeah.
like, you I don't care.
Yeah.
So how do you respond to that?
You can't combat that level of honesty.
Yeah, that's not fair. I know.
I know. That is the intention.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that enormously, but contrary to that enjoyment, I hate having to share a bed. greed
Even with
around. Well, no, I don't mind actually, but for the sake of this,
okay.
I find it very difficult to share space with someone. I feel like I'm quite greedy with open bed space,
Oh yeah.
and my significant
You're a
other
spanner.
is
What would you mean you spanner?
more interested in vice gripping me so I can't escape and boiling me to about 150 degrees centigrade.
Like a little volcanic little bean.
Yeah, little horrible volcanic sort of clamp. That,
Will she mind you saying that?
yeah,
Like a little
probably.
leech.
Well, she suffers from it as well because she'll get boiling,
But
wake
doesn't-
up, and look at me like it's my fault. I'm very, very sweaty. Sort of formed a great delta in my chest of
It gets
of
that bad,
water.
does it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely soaking, like I've urinated all over myself,
Oh yeah.
sweating hot, and then she wakes up and I can picture her face when she sort of looks at me like, well, why have you done that?
Don't have sweated that
Oh,
much.
for God's sake. And then she sort of gradually wakes up and she's like, right, oh yeah, I realise what's happened here.
Mm.
But then my side of the bed's soaking wet.
Gross.
Soaking wet.
So when you sleep alone, dry as a bone.
Dry as a bone.
Bones aren't dry, are they? What's that expression?
They're
mean?
covered in moisture.
Yeah.
Bones. Greedily covered in moisture.
Oh, I don't like thinking about that.
Yeah.
Hacking flesh away from a bone. Yeah.
Horrible.
Don't think about
Horrible,
that.
horrible, horrible.
Sorry for saying that.
Sorry if you're eating.
No one eats. No one has
Well-
dinner. Sits down to dinner. Oh,
Do you know what I'll do? I'll listen to that. Those good old boys, Mark and Ben.
screeching in my ear.
Yeah. Sort of being aggressive down the microphone at me. Oh, you bloody loads of idiots.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry for having a go at you. I do like you really. I just think it's funny to have a go at you.
Yeah.
But
Should we-
useless.
Oh, come on.
I've come up with. I've done all my points now about greed.
Oh, well, don't worry. We're doing okay. Having a normal time. Well under. Because we did that big stopgap of dead air.
Did we?
Yep.
No, you deleted it.
Yeah, but I started it off again afterwards, so the time in there makes up for it. Goodness, this is boring.
I forgot really as I went out of life. So no more points. You've not got any more interesting facts. I
Oh,
thought you said we were going to solve
corporate greed.
corporate greed.
Right, I'm going to get involved.
The greed of corporations.
Right.
They want more at the cost of anything, don't they? One of Google's things originally, I think I might have mentioned this on this podcast before, was don't be evil. By
Yeah.
which I think they probably meant don't be greedy
Yeah.
to the detriment of millions,
Yep.
billions,
Yep.
of harvesting your data off you like you're a cornfield full of data.
Yeah. Nice analogy.
Data
cornfield, if you will. Is that what you're going to say? Oh, spitballing here, but data cornfield, if you will.
Sorry, I've had a very long day. Okay,
Finding yourself all puffed out and
Yeah.
tired.
I'm hot now.
It's hot and cold in here, all sorts.
It's not very air conditioner, is it?
It's a bit air conditioner.
It's
I
not
can
as
feel a bit, but not so verbally air conditioner.
Yeah, it was much more air conditioner last time.
Agreed.
So corporate greed, Google, don't be evil. Why would they change policy if that was in their mantra to be always
Being
Not-
trying to be nice.
or is to not be evil?
Right.
How can we trust Greenpeace?
Because that's not in theirs.
Well, they say like save the whales, but what if they end up thinking no,
No,
F the
actually-
whales? I'm going like way more money if I just
Give the
sold
bloody,
whale meat.
give the old kneecap to the whales.
Yeah,
Right in his eye.
yeah.
Vulnerable little whale eye. Maybe I'm going to give him a great whack in the eye.
Oh, okay.
Chuck a
I
bow. Bow him in the eye. Bow him in the eye.
Is it-
What do you think?
Oh, elbow
Yeah, yeah. Throwing bows. Chucking bows in the...
to a whale.
Yeah, to the whale.
Greenpeace.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Might do.
what I was
Prove that it won't happen.
only time will tell if that will happen. If
Good
it-
response to a maniac.
Yeah, but like Greenpeace are going around now saying, climate change.
Mhm.
What if they suddenly go, but fossil fuels, there's money to be made.
Right. So you're wondering whether Greenpeace are going to pull the flip reverse on some of their ideas
They might.
in the same way that
Well, not Greenpeace, but maybe who's a sort of ethical?
RSPB,
No, like a sort of ethical but money-making brand.
innocent smoothies.
Yeah, I think they're probably not so innocent though. It's just in the name.
Ah.
Right. Innocent smoothies. No, this has nothing to do with greed though. But their tone of voice is very irritating.
Yeah,
Don't be
yeah.
like, just pop the package in the fridge. just talk normally. You're a bottle of smoothie.
Right.
Can't sell me a lifestyle on a smoothie.
Oh, you know. Found yourself short for breakfast?
Yeah,
Have a smoothie on me, fella.
yeah. And then like do hashtag life goals
Yeah.
at the end.
Shut
of the,
up.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Shut up. Because people that are greedy sometimes go on diets, don't they? What about
Yeah.
people that want to have just a
Let's
diet
talk about fad diets.
on smoothies, like 100% smoothies?
Yes.
You know what?
Lovely segue.
Appealed to me is the
What's that?
100% cabbage soup diet. Because
Horrible.
I like cabbage soup.
Horrible.
It's delicious.
Really?
Cabbage soup's really nice.
I don't know.
When was the last time you had it?
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's yummy.
Is it not liquid trumps?
Well,
I would imagine it to be exactly liquid trumps.
well, the trumps
Is
afterwards. It's not exactly liquid trumps, but it is in a Chinese accent. No, don't do more.
Don't
Chinese
do that.
accent. You can do a Chinese accent.
Yeah, you can. They have Chinese accents, the Chinese,
Yeah.
with accents of Chinese. So
As long
that's,
as it's
maybe that's
specific-
fine.
Yeah.
Maybe you're saying normal things in a Chinese accent.
Yeah.
Like, hello, maybe I'm going to the shops. Really, I didn't commit to that for fear of what might follow.
Yeah. What was I talking about, Ben? Oh yeah. So yeah, I would do the cabbage soup diet or one
Yeah.
of those milkshake diets because I'm not too greedy with my
Too
food.
liquid though. Don't you need some texture in your life?
No, I can't be bothered.
What, you just live on liquid if that's fine?
And crisps.
Liquid and crisps. I think crisps would be your downfall at that point.
Oh come on.
The one and only allowance. You can eat reams and reams of crisps.
The thing is, I think that kind of diet works for people like me that don't really eat much anyway.
Right.
You know, like people that big fat blimps think,
Yeah.
right, well, if I just have like a very small sachet of milkshake every day, that'll be all right. But
Yeah.
actually what they want is lots of food.
Loads of food.
Whereas people like me could maybe envisage it because I'm not that.
You don't need
fussed.
to go on a little calorie restricting diet though, do you? You need to go on a eating hearty things to make you healthy.
Yeah.
And like making sure your lungs are okay and eating more oily fish or something.
Mm.
Whatever the equivalent is if you're going to be a vegetarian.
Yeah, or
To
you
get all your because it's hard.
nuts.
It's hard. I literally have failed at every moment to be a vegan. But even the planning a meal is hard because you're like, right. So I need probably
Butter.
leaves, butter. No, not butter. And then probably have an egg with and then so for the first lunch I just had leaves, and I thought, well, I'm starving.
Yeah.
So then I went downstairs to M&S and I bought a little rice pot thing. Still starving.
Right.
It was peculiar.
Well,
and
you can have bread, can't you? You
Yeah.
can have like a.
you shouldn't be eating bread though, should you? There's so many things you can't eat.
Well,
If you're trying to be a healthy guy, which is what vegans are, aren't they? They're trying to be like healthy guys and also
Depends.
not eating cows and ting. So it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's tough to be greedy as a vegan, unless you just want to eat heaps of pasta, which I do,
Crisps,
but I ought not
baked
to.
beans, baked bean jacket potato.
Bingo,
That's
that's a
vegan.
fantastic meal.
That's a filling, delicious vegan
Yeah.
meal.
Cheese on the top?
Vegan
Ruined it.
You put vegan cheese on.
I'd rather eat my own nose.
Think about that. Next time you're faced with a block of cheese or your own nose to grate onto onto a jacket potato. And
Yeah, I'd like that actually.
yeah, do it, mate. That's one on me, and that's take-home consumer advice for the greedy vegans.
We'll be releasing a cookbook that you can buy on Etsy.
That'll be one of our merches. We need to get a T-shirt out there. I've decided.
T-shirt.
It'd be a hand
I think a
drawn.
cookbook would be good because it would be like maybe it will have buttered toast. Get the bread, put it in the toaster, get it out of the toaster, butter it.
Yeah, or
Sarcastic cookbook.
very clearly stolen from Jamie Oliver's cookbook and pasted into ours. That'd be good too.
rewritten. So get hold of a slug of olive oil, probably from the garden.
But change the beef tomato to normal tomato.
So we call things normal tomato.
Get one normal tomato and don't veer off that. It's very important to get a normal tomato.
Get normal oil, and put it on the normal tomato.
Yeah.
Find yourself in a normal sort of kitchen, and normally fry it on either side.
Does that mean normally you should fry it, or you should fry it in a normal way?
Both. In all instances, should you normally fry it?
Right, that's too weird.
Well-
I recently went to Naples and had a pizza
Yes.
every day for 4 days.
That is greedy.
That's greedy, isn't it? I spoke about greed again. We're desperately clawing.
Take a lick. If this
What
would
if
ever
this did
rub
fine?
off, I'd do ticks. However many times you mentioned it, but it won't rub off, so
Yeah.
we'll get in trouble.
You'll get in trouble. No, well, it'd be funny if I was responsible for getting you fired. This podcast was your downfall.
That'd be fine.
Maybe we could go full time with the podcast.
What, release one every other day?
Yeah. Let us know if you'd want a podcast every single day. And we'll both quit our jobs.
How much? Yeah, we wouldn't need to earn that much, would we? We'd just go and live somewhere very cheap. Go and live in Hull.
Yeah.
Rent a little room in Hull.
Yeah.
Record every day. We'd have to just be able to afford like Marmite toast. What's a pot of Marmite like? £2.50. Vegan. Toast. About £1.50.
Yeah. Yeah, loaf of toast.
Loaf of toast. Delicious.
Easy.
It'll be fine. Text in if you want to know. If you want us to record a podcast every day for a month.
Yeah, we'll try.
In Hull, eating nothing but Vegemite toast.
If 10 people message us through any of our different social media or emails, which you'll hear at the end of the show, if 10 people say we want you to do a podcast every day for a month, we'll do it in February because that's a bit easier.
Yeah.
And we'll do it, and we'll, I don't know, raise money for charity or something.
Yeah, that'd be great. And they'll at least be 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
That's a threshold.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable threshold.
Yeah. The 5
every day, remember?
Yeah, and we do have full-time jobs, so that is quite hard, and lives to live.
Well, okay, fine. 20 minutes each. I've just upped the ante without even
Shut
being
up,
prompted. Guaranteed 20 minutes each, every single one.
Well, we'll have to think about the exact in and out.
25 minutes each.
Okay, Ben's got... Can we stop the podcast now?
Yeah.
That's more than enough podcast, you greedy fat cats. Stupid... I'm letting out all my life's anger on this stupid microphone.
Excellent. No, that's terrible. You're a bad man. Thank you very much for listening. Catch you on the flip side. Sweet week, buddy boy.
Sweet week, babies. You need to go and turn it off. Oh, it was a good, concise ending. Oh, look at those YouTube guys still hanging around.
Oh, fuck off!
You can say that on YouTube, can't you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. We could be a family podcast, but an explicit YouTube channel.
Yeah, let's show our bums. Sorry, YouTube. Have you stopped recording?
Thank you very much for listening to that bit of podcast that you listened to.
And if you want to get in touch with us on social media, we are The Mark and Ben on everything, including Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.
Woohoo!